their right, their basic interest. So we need them to vote because we want their interests to be reflected in the candidates. Because only those people who can represent them can actually protect their protect their own interests. That's exactly the reason why we see this is democracy. Is that we want all of the people to get involved into politics, not just those people who care about politics or know things about politics, get involved in politics directly. We want those people, all of the people. I don't care about direct or indirectly, but I want all of them. That is what is democracy, which is ruled by all of the people. And second, I think that under the theme of what democracy is, I still need to say something more about that. First, ladies and gentlemen, is that like I mentioned before, that the interest of the people, of those people who don't care about politics and who don't know things about politics will be ignored. And next one is actually it's exactly because they don't really know what politics is. So they don't really know those candidates. It's very likely that they will be taken advantage by those candidates and by those people who are going to buy their votes. And that's exactly what I want to talk about in the next clash. The next clash is about what is votes and what is the right to vote under the system of democracy. Now, on the side, they're supposed to be about that it's my right, it's my freedom to decide whether I can sell the vote, and by selling the vote, it can actually decrease the possibility of wrong decision and black marketing. But ladies and gentlemen, this is exactly totally wrong. Why? Because we start selling, like my side, I told you that freedom is actually restrained to the extent of selling voting, and I believe is why? Because I think that your freedom is not that you could sell, but you might create or do something, but you cannot sell it. Why? Because like I told you in the extension of my closing opposition, that this will do harm to the people, to the rest of the society, and to the country as a whole. Why? But like I've told you, first of all, we see that there will be black market. Exactly. Why there will be black market? Because, ladies and gentlemen, for those